If there was ever a perfect secondary for the Jets' limited weapons to go up against, it's the Philadelphia Eagles. Folks, they're a good team, 2-2. They come into week 5 dead last against the pass. That's not the Eagles of old. And their pass rush, while it's still good, it's not what we've seen in the past. So, even with Falk, there's a better chance that Gase's playbook could have success. If there was ever But let's be honest. It comes down to Darnold, Mosley, and the injuries. But let's run through a little bit of the Eagles footage from last week and see what the Jets could do. Now, what the Eagles are, compared to the Jets, are the exact opposites. Strong up front, in the trenches, on both sides. Tremendous offensive line. It's getting a little bit older, but it's still a great offensive line. That's the antithesis of the Jets. Same thing defensively. Great conventional pass rush. 4 or 5 men. Not as good as it used to be in the Super Bowl year 2 years ago, but they could still get to the quarterback. Against Green Bay, they pulled out the victory. Now, the schedule hasn't been kind to the Eagles either. Who'd they lose to? They beat Washington early on. Washington hung around. Then they beat the Lions. No, they lost to the Lions. Then they lost to the Falcons in that primetime game on that Julio Jones wide receiver screen, which was a brilliant call because Schwartz blitzed, and it was perfectly blocked. But then they pulled out the win against Green Bay. So 2-2, much better than a 2-2 team. Really greatly coached. You gotta love the head coach. You gotta love Schwartz. Gotta love Peterson. Darnold and Mosley have to play. Right now, the status doesn't look good. It's still up in the air. If you're a Jets fan, you heard what Gase and Darnold said on the conference call Monday. Darnold gave an all-time quote, "The spleen's going to do what it's going to do." What does that mean? That means they don't want the information out about how his spleen's doing, how everything's going. So, in my opinion, it's probably still enlarged, and they're hoping it goes down by Friday. And if it does, he'll be in there. If it doesn't, it's going to be Falk. But here we go. 1st and 10 against Green Bay. First play. Outside zone, but look at that hole. Folks, when was the last time you saw a Jets offensive line create a hole like this? Miles Sanders actually doesn't cut it up. This is inexperience right here. He should cut it up with his left foot, plant, boom, and drive right up the A-gap, but he doesn't. He's a little late. Jordan Howard had a better game last week than Miles Sanders. You could see this right here, why they leaned on Howard. But look at this, folks. Look at this. When was the last time you've seen this with the Jets? On 1st down, no less. I mean, are you kidding me? I don't know what Green Bay's defensive tackles are doing. Why is he swimming here? It's not a pass rush. You gotta remain head up. It's not a run blitz either. But Miles Sanders is a little late. He balloons it out. He's got to cut it up. Plant and cut it up. Offensively, they're in the middle of the pack right now. Defensively is where they're struggling. And it's a secondary. They lean on their pass rush to make up for their secondary. So if there's ever a week, if the Jets O-line can get it done and the pass protection can get it done, it's this week. Robbie Anderson, the weapons, they could really help. They could really get it done against the secondary if the offensive line holds up. Here's another run on 2nd and 6. Jordan Howard's already in there. Longer developing play with the pulling guard. Man, everyone blocks down. And he pulls, and they pull with the guard. Opposite side, shotgun. See Green Bay collapse. Not very good on the defensive side there. It's a big gain. First down. Shotgun. Was it an RPO? Might have been an RPO. Not quite sure. But they love those RPOs. If you remember the Super Bowl 2 years ago, they leaned heavily on the RPOs with Foles. Pulled the guard. See, when you see a pulling guard, you see the counter, the power, those types of play actions really work best in today's NFL, where you create some misdirection up front. The Jets haven't been able to pull that off yet. Some of it is the run game's not clicking. Some of it is trying to keep it simpler for the quarterback. But Wentz does a good job. He knows he has to get rid of the ball. Howard, after taking the play action, can't get to the D end, who completely crashes because the slot corner comes and just throws it away. 2nd and 10. 4-man rush. Zone on the back end. They start too deep. Shift to a robber with a one over the top. Looks like man underneath. Yeah, it looks like man underneath with a robber and single high. 4-man rush. Wentz has nowhere to go. You know, they're playing without Deshaun Jackson. This was Jeffrey's first game back. Wentz scrambles. Away. Was it completed? I don't know if it was completed, but it doesn't matter. Now, the O-line, you know, they're still one of the best in the league, but look at this. Peters gets beat on this play. They're getting old. Peters, Kelsey, they are getting old. There's no question about that. That's the one area where it's getting a little dicey for Eagles fans. The O-line is getting old. Still good. Still very good. 3rd and 10. With the aggressive look. Wentz can't complete it. See this, too, Peterson really has a lot of trust in Wentz. He allows him to call the play at the line of scrimmage. Something the Jets haven't been able to do yet with Darnold for whatever reason. 5-man rush. Sproul stays in the block. Pressure gets to Wentz just a bit. Throws it before he wants to. He's got to throw it low there. Doesn't. Turnover on downs. Not turnover on downs, punt. Defensively, you know, Schwartz, he used to be more of a head-up guy. 4-man conventional rush, play defense. He's blitzing a lot more. It's out of necessity to make up for the secondary at times. Here's the Packers' first play. 4-man rush. Looks like a cover 3. Rodgers dumps it off. Yeah, it's a 3 on the back end. Cover 3 with the corners, free safety, corner, deep third, 4 underneath. It's as standard as it gets. Rodgers pretty much has nothing, has to check it down. There was a penalty, unnecessary roughness. I didn't see that. I don't know where that flag came from. I guess right there. I don't know. We don't know the whistle, so we'll take it for what it's worth there. 1st and 10 again. Single high. See, Schwartz, this is where they live. This is where the Eagles live. These four guys. When they won the Super Bowl 2 years ago, they lived on the offensive line and throwing 6-7 pass rushers at the quarterback. That's how the Giants beat the Pats. If these guys could get to the quarterback without having to bring extra pressure, extra guys, it boosts the play of everybody. This is what's handicapped the Jets for so long on defense. He's had to blitz a little more because they're not maintaining the same level of pass rush as they have in previous years. There's Rodgers hitting the slant to Adams. It's another cover 3. You can tell it's cover 3 because the nickel slot guy here just bails to the flat, and he has to. See, when you're playing defensive back on the zone, this slot guy, his first read is this slot guy right here. His second read is the outside guy. His area is the flat. This corner has a deep third, free safety deep third, this corner deep third. This linebacker has the flat. These two backers are in the middle, mid-hook. So he reads this receiver. Now, at this point, he has to jump out because this corner's bailing in his deep third. He has to jump out to this flat. He jumps out. Rodgers sees it, and this is quarterback play in the NFL, folks. Right here. It happens in a split second, in an instant. And that's what Falk struggled with against the Patriots. He didn't make those decisions in a split instant. That's what Darnold's improving on every game. That's what that's what is Brady's greatness. Pre-snap, make a decision with under 1 second after the snap, after he gets his hand on the ball. That's the NFL today. It's not Al Davis, run and shoot, hold on to the ball for 5, 7-step drops, throw it downfield. That's not what it is anymore. Because of the rules, it's split-second decisions. As soon as Rodgers sees the slot guy jump out, he knows where he's going. He sees his backers preoccupied with the tight end, Graham. He sees the corners jumping out, and that's the soft spot in the cover 3. See Rodgers cock it back right when that nickel corner jumps out? Perfect. That's quarterback play. I mean, we're going to get off topic, no doubt, while talking about the Eagles. This is the first time I'm running through the tape here, but we'll just go wherever it takes us. I think I included the number on the graphic, too. You can call in as well, but we'll just run it on the fly, film and call in as we go along. Here's the big play to Davante Adams. See now, Schwartz, he's getting a little impatient. Packers are moving the ball. He dials up his first blitz. 5-man rush. Aggressive, single high. This is the look the Jets have been facing the first few weeks. There's no respect for anything down the field. So the Bills set the tone. The Browns and the Pats followed suit. Aggressive, saying to the receivers, we don't think you can beat us one-on-one. Your route running is as good. We'll keep a single high safety. We'll sometimes go cover 0. But this is the look. And against regular to good defenses, you can't do this all the time. Against the Jets, this is what they've been seeing so much this year. Rodgers sees it. He sees the 5-man rush. Running back stays in, so it's 6-on-5. It's just a 9 route. Just a go. And again, split-second decision. Right away. Look where he throws it. Throws it that quickly. Adams is only 8 yards off the ball. This single high safety, no man's land. You can't get over. If it's thrown that quickly, no chance he can get over. I don't care who it is. Rod Woodson with the Steelers. Doesn't matter who it is. So, and again, folks, when looking at this film, it's such a major difference if it's Darnold or Falk. Such a major difference. You know, I don't think Philly's been atrocious against the run. They haven't been good, but they've been way worse against the pass. If it's Falk, though, they'll have to try to hammer some kind of run game against Fletcher Cox and those boys up front. Red zone situation. 4-man front, as per usual. This corner's kind of... Devontae Adams goes in motion. Really quick back. He's in trouble. They have to switch off. Because there's too much congestion, this corner is going to have to replace the free safety. Free safety is going to have to take man. Signals. He jumps up. Gets him just in time. Yeah, we'll take a real quick call here. Hey, how you doing? Hey, you still there? Something wrong with my speaker on my end or his end. But try to call back again in a couple minutes, whoever that was. Yeah, I think the speaker keeps getting turned down. Hold on, don't call in yet. Give me a second. Yeah, it keeps on going to... may have to nix the phone calls for this time. But 2nd and 3. This is the Aaron Jones touchdown here. And again, they haven't been tremendous against the run. See this pressure right? See this blowing it up right here? That's a solid job. But he kind of strays too far inside. He has support. Aaron Jones just wills it in there. 1st and 10 for Wentz. Pettin used to be the D coordinator for Rex Ryan. He's now the Packers D coordinator. I'm sure everybody remembers him. The Jets will get a healthy dose of Sanders and Howard. And Sproles is the guy they trust the most still. There's no question. If the game's on the line, it's 3rd down, it's a big play. Sproles is the guy they trust the most. But they'll get all 3. It's a good play call. I mean, based on the defense, it's a good play call. Looks like like an inside zone. Just a quick hitter. Picks up 4. 2nd and 6. Yeah, outside zone. Trying to catch him on the less numbered side. Blake Martinez does a good job. D tackle does a good job too. Kelsey can't finish it off. But still sets up a really nice 3rd and 3. Alright, Pettin goes with the all-out. Goes with a 6-man blitz, 6-man rush here. Blitzes. Man coverage on the back end, single high safety. Wentz hits it for a 1st down. Now, here's the difference. If you're watching the Eagles versus the Jets, the pass protection. This is not. And it's an intermediate timed pattern. It's not. Sure, it's intermediate. Wentz needs to take some time. If without pass protection, this is not getting done. He hangs in there, gets it done on the out, but the pass protection holds up. That's the key. Quinnen Williams, if the Jets are going to get to Wentz, they need Quinnen Williams. See, Henry Anderson's kind of lost right now because he's playing edge. They have no edge. Great job by Jordan Howard there. They have no edge presence to help out on the outside. Watch Jordan Howard. Le'Veon Bell could do the same thing. He's tremendous in pass protection. Good throw, but 6-on-6, it's a great pass protection. That's what the Jets are going to need against this Philly defense. Defensively, who's going to get there? I have no idea. I mean, that's the problem. You really can't game plan if you're losing the trenches each week. You can't game plan if your guys can't get there in a 4-man pass rush and your pass protection doesn't hold up. So much gets eliminated. That's the issue. Another pulling guard. Doesn't really go anywhere. 3-3-5 nickel, looks like. They could definitely stop the Eagles' rushing attack. That much I'm sure of. It's just a matter of pressuring Wentz. Play action. Really bites the strong safety. Strong safety really bites on this. And Wentz missed a nice opportunity for an out there. He took the one-on-one coverage, which is always a solid play in this league. Didn't work out. 4-man rush, but everyone was on their toes. 2nd and 9, I'm surprised. They really bit the play action. Mainly because of that pulling guard. Yeah, see, that's what this league's turned into. Play actions usually don't work unless it's really what's the word I'm looking for? If it's really deceptive. Like it's not power play action 22 personnel or 21 personnel. It's deceptive play action that works. RPO type stuff. 3rd and 9. Let's see. 5-man rush again. Howard stays in again, picks up a guy again, and winces all day. This is the difference. I mean, the pass protection is tremendous. Tremendous. No one's open. They do a wheel out of the slot up top. Wentz doesn't get the first down, but still, that's what's got to worry Jets. Greg Williams at the moment. How are you going to get to Wentz? What are you going to do on the back end? That's the toughest part. Because that offensive line, it's one of the best in football. First and 10. As the internet acts up here. Aaron Jones went for 7. Here we go. Single high, press on the outside. How did he get 7 here? No run blitz, just straight up base. Finds a crease. The double team right here is where it starts. And the mic overplays it just a bit. See, you got to be inside out. When you're pursuing, you got to be inside out. So he should still be on the inside shoulder right here. He's way out of position. Overplays it. Now, I could be wrong based on the play call, but I don't think so. With this backer here next to him, I don't see how he still shouldn't be inside out, but I could be wrong. 2nd and 3. Again, press single high. This is what the Jets are going to see. If they're doing it against Green Bay, forget about it. They're going to do it against Robbie Anderson and Crowder, Braxton Berrios, Demaryius Thomas. All those dudes. It's got to be illegal formation, right? Yeah. They're both moving at the same time. 2nd and 8. Illegal motion. What did I say? Illegal motion. Illegal procedure. 4-man rush. Single high. No press this time. Which would signify cover 3. It is a cover 3. 4-man rush. Again, the Eagles have not sniffed Rodgers. This is an issue. And very unlike the Eagles' defense. Very uncharacteristic. Again, single high. Press on the outside. Play action that doesn't really fool anybody. Straight up. I don't know what they ran here in the coverage. Looks like they rolled it to a cover 2. This corner stays in the flat. This guy goes to the flat. This corner has deep half. This safety has deep half. It looks like a roll to a cover 2. Not positive, but that's what it looks like. It's 1st and 20. Offensive pass interference was called on that one. Still 7-0. This is all first quarter. Man, definitely not going to get through this entire game. But you get an idea for what the Eagles are. Here's a cover 2 for sure. Rodgers takes the dump off in front of the flat man. Again, press, single high, but they roll. The strong safety rolls back. They're in a cover 2. And then see how the corners kind of play hard and then trail a little bit. That's cover 2. That's flat. This corner, first read is going vertical. His second read would be this tight end. If he goes vertical, his third read would be the back out of the backfield or anyone coming from this side. So he got the first read. He's going vertical. Tight end in the middle. Forget about it. He's just a little late jumping across. Still, goes nowhere. Face mask on the Eagles gives the Pack a first down. 1st and 10. See, that's a play in the Adam Gase playbook. He just hasn't been able to run it because nobody respects the Jets' rushing game. This is a play action that works. Like I said, deception. See the line? All going one way in a zone rushing scheme motion. Gets the entire defense moving one way and a little smoke to the receiver. Let's see, they did it against press. Well, half press, top guy press, bottom guy no. On Adams, giving him a little respect. Rodgers, and this is pre-snap stuff. I wonder if this was an RPO. Could have been an RPO as well. Very easily could have been RPO. And that's Rodgers making the decision. First and 10. Adams got 11 on that play. Motion, tight end off. Another motion, jet sweep to Allison, I think that is. Haven't seen much of this with the Jets yet. The jet sweep stuff, Crowder here and there. But the O coordinator will mix it in because of this guy, the edge. If he's sniffing, if he's pinching, crashing, they'll take advantage of that edge and keep him honest. He crashes, does not do a good job. Cannot let that happen. So this is the guy. The edges are the guys the offensive coordinators keep an eye on to call these plays. Back in the day, it would be a double reverse. Now it's the jet sweep. Or the read option. You do it with a zone read as well, but you don't want to risk the health of your quarterback too much. We saw it in week 1 with Darnold, where ran the zone read but then threw it to the wide open Griffin, got called back right before the Bell touchdown. Still not sure if that was designed or not as a run pass option, or if he did it on his own. Here we go, bootleg, the old Shanahan offense. Again, edge principle. If you think you could take advantage of that edge and get the quarterback moving, do it. They bring an extra tight end over. Yep, he's going to seal it. Number 55, who's that, Barnett? I'm not sure. But crashed immediately. So part of Schwartz's design, crash him immediately. Unfortunately, no one could get out. He did a solid job in recovering. Generally, you can't really take advantage of the Eagles' edges. The Packers are trying in this first quarter, though, I'll tell you. That goes nowhere. Looked like a run blitz. Second and 10. Four-man rush. Blitz the middle linebacker, drop the D end. Greg Williams would be proud. Surprised Rodgers did not go seam here. He missed one. Is there a single high safety? No, he missed a touchdown. The corner might have made a tackle, but he had the seam because the single high free safety came up. Was it cover 0? Definitely a zone, but a too deep zone with the corners on the outside. If he just leads the seam into the middle, it's a touchdown. So you see the exotic. Schwartz is starting to get a little more exotic as the Packers drive the ball. Still got a first down out of it. 1st and 10. And if you remember in this game, the Packers got off to a flying start and then their offense kind of stalled. Pitch. A crack with the receiver down here. Not doing much. No gain. 2nd and 10. Empty backfield. Again, there, the familiar single high look. Free safety bolts. Did he bolt to Davante Adams' side? That's the question. I'm not sure which one Adams is. I think it's the top. But watch this free safety bolt. He bolts. That corner's deep, so it's basically a cover 2 with the corner and the safety. They like to roll those coverages. This corner has the flat. Since no one's in his flat, he's going to trail the vertical. Rodgers scrambles, good coverage. And this middle linebacker, man, he gets back there. Cover 2 buck, but with the corner and the safety acting as the deep halves. 3rd and 7. Geez, why do they do that? Always cuts back to the scoreboard. Third and 7. Eagles. Let's see here. He hits Graham. First down. I mean, it's a big time play. Big time throw. Put him in a zone look. It's man. It's definitely man, but, based on the formation, I think Schwartz was trying to maybe confuse Rodgers, thinking it was a zone. Graham is not the guy he used to be. I expect Jamal Adams to have a day against Jimmy Graham. I expect Adams and May to do a solid job against Jimmy Graham. The question is, not Jimmy Graham. They're not playing the Packers. They're playing the Eagles. Flip it. Ertz. Ertz is good, but I expect Adams to have a solid day against Ertz. And with Deshaun Jackson out, Jeffrey in, Aguilar in. Those corners, Darryl Roberts, Poole, they could do a job on the receivers. They could be fine. Again, it comes down to pressuring Wentz. Who could step up? Leo, Jordan Jenkins is probably out. I'm not positive. Leo, Quinnen, Henry. They got to get to the quarterback. Basham. They need an edge presence still, but they gotta get to Wentz. That's the key to everything. Good run defense there. 2nd and 7. And everything's shutting down on me here. 3rd and 7. So, big defensive call here. 3rd and 7, down 7. I remember this play. The defender just got his hands on it. Barely. Who was he going for here? Valdez-Scantling or Adams? Just got his hands on it. I mean, that's a big-time throw. Look when he throws it right now. The defender is all over Graham, so he thinks he could sneak it in there. Just a little too late. What was the coverage? 4-man rush. It's pretty much man with extra bodies in the middle. Matchup man. Yeah, matchup man with extra bodies in the middle and single high. So we definitely went coverage there. All right, we'll take a look at this drive, this next Philly drive, and then go to the end of the game, see what they do in crunch time. It's just Wentz reading man-to-man defense. I don't know why the slot corner was so far off. Oh, it's Ertz, so it's by safety. Yeah, safeties can't cover as well as corners, and that's another thing with the quarterback play. You take advantage of matchups early. Early. Press, 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 not press. Corner, 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 not corner. Guess what? If this guy's doing a slant, there's going to be a lot of congestion. Ertz is going to be open in the flat, on the out. He's got it. Quick, 5 yards. You'll take it every time on first down, 5 yards. Here again, single high. Wentz finds his guy again. Ertz, again, just soft coverage. Take advantage. So, Jamal Adams is looking at this. He knows Ertz is Wentz's safety blanket. He knows it. And he knows Ertz can't beat him in a foot race. So I expect Jamal Adams to be in his face. There goes Ertz in motion. It's going to be a zone defense most likely because no one followed. That's not the case all the time, by the way, but most likely. Going for Jeffrey. Jeffrey's a tall guy. He could pull off those fades, those back shoulders. It'll be interesting to see who Greg Williams puts on Jeffrey, Hairston or Roberts. If there was ever a matchup that would be good for Tremaine Johnson, it is Jeffrey. Jeffrey's not a burner. You know, the better matchups for Tremaine Johnson are the slower guys, the more physical guys. Jeffrey would qualify. But I still expect Harrison and Darryl Roberts to start. Second and 10. Here we go. Deception to the flat. Someone's got to chase. It's man, so someone's chasing. If you play this, dial up this call against man, you're in good shape. Much better against man than zone. 4-man rush. This guy's going to go really downhill here. Nice screen. Ertz could have maybe slowed down right here. Just a tad. Just a tad to get this guy involved. But it's a hell of a play. 1st and 6. Bunch up top. Again. It's the deception game. It's the Peterson, Andy Reid type stuff. They played a little game here on what's eventually the backside to try to get the attention of the single high safety. He does drift because the attention's going to this side, to the short side, and Wentz just hits Jeffrey on the slant. It was called back for pass interference initially. Then they reviewed it and realized it was a ridiculous call. So it's that stuff. You got to be disciplined against these play calls. It's the Andy Reid Peterson school of offense. So let's fast forward now. Go to the 4th quarter probably, right? Yeah, let's go to the 4th. And finish this one up on the 4th. 1st and 10 at the Green Bay 18. 27 all. And you got to respect the Eagles coaching staff. They're as aggressive a coaching staff as there is. They understand the way the rules work. That aggression rewards teams in the NFL. Here's a bruising play from Jordan Howard. Let's see. Yeah, it's 2 tight ends, 12 personnel. We're going to run it on 1st down and run you over. And look at this right here. This is a sign that an offensive line is dominant. Watch everybody get moved upfield. If you could move the entire line of scrimmage, look at that. From there to there. If you could move the entire line of scrimmage, you're a dominant offense. That's all there is to it. Doesn't matter what your coach calls. Doesn't matter how good your running back is. I mean, it does, obviously. But if you could do that, forget about it. You're ahead of the game. You're going to be a dominant offense in the NFL. Same personnel, same formation, in fact, I think. Green Bay, goal line defense. Here's where it's won right here. Left tackle, left guard. Boom. Clears it away. Look at this. That's an offensive line, folks. That's Jets 2009-2010 offensive line football. That's what that is. Look at the close splits too. I mean, as a defensive coordinator, you wanna try to get patterns. Looking at the close splits and pointing it out to the defense. If they're close split, they have a tendency to run, A-B gap. Those are some of the things you try to do when game planning as well. I don't know if that's true, what I just said. I'm just giving you an example. Green Bay, 1st down. Let's see. Down 7 now. I forgot how this game ended. I know Philly won, but I forgot if Green Bay scored again or not. I don't think so. Too deep. They go too deep to start the drive, which is interesting. It's cover 2. Rodgers picks up 9 over the middle. 2nd and 1. Rodgers scrambles for 14. We'll go to the next 1st down here. And I'll tell you what, NFL Game Pass is just locking up on me. What the heck is going on here? First and 10. It's got to be his own coverage based on the look. Again, too deep. Looks like a cover 2. Jones makes a nice play. Rodgers takes what's underneath. Again, too deep. Press. Rodgers knows it's conservative defense. He's going to take what the defense gives him. Goes underneath. Doesn't get much. Actually gets nothing, but unnecessary roughness gives him a first down. Eagles were penalized in this game pretty solidly. Again, not exactly too deep, pretty much too deep. Still taken with what he's given him. 2nd and 6. Strong safety's backing up. Are they rotating? They are. Again, quick decisions. He sees a single high. Even though they rotate, he's not going to get there. So, one-on-one for Devontae. Doesn't make the play. Who's the corner there? I'm not sure. Maddox. It was Maddox. Can Robbie Anderson and the weapons beat the Eagles' corners? They have to. If they just have any chance, they have to. This is just Rodgers. Double A gap show. Everyone on the line. 3rd and 6. Linebackers bail. It's only a 4-man rush. I think it's a cover 3 on the back end. It is. So Rodgers has nothing here. Against a seam with the tight end. What's Adams doing? At the bottom, a little 8-yard comeback, I guess, or 8-yard hook. Out with the slot. And another 9 route up top. Nothing's open against the cover 3. Maybe the Packers were expecting a blitz. I'm not sure, but Rodgers, this is what he does with his legs. Sandlot ball after that gets to Adams. Is that the play he got hurt on? I'm not sure. But 1st and 8. What's Schwartz doing here? He blitzes a linebacker. Good D. I'm not sure about... I mean, it's tough to do pick and rub there. With a tight end and receiver, it's tough. But I think the Packers could have done a better job. 2nd and 5. Let's see. Yeah, man coverage. Rodgers has nothing. See, the Eagles, listen, they don't have the greatest talent in the secondary, but they're well schooled. They're well coached. I don't know about that route from this guy. Who was it to? Who was the receiver that replaced Adams? I forget his name. But right here, if he could plant hard and just go shallower, he's probably going to score. It's kind of rounded off just a bit, and it allows the corner to catch up. It allows the corner to get out of his back pedal. I mean, it's a solid job by the corner, too. Flag for pass interference. And he gets up saying no, 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 no. And the Green Bay receiver, check out the flag. No, 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 no. Oh, but check out the flag. So, 1st and 10. Yeah, this is the drive. Rodgers throws the pick. Goal line stand. Listen, no one's questioning the Eagles' front 7. While the pass rushing is not as, dynamic as it was 2 years ago, they're still one of the best front 7s in the league. Like I said at the top, they're the antithesis of the Jets. They are excellent in the trenches. They win on the offensive line. They win in the front 7. The Jets do not. Fade to Jimmy Graham. Good job by the corner or safety, whoever that is, McLeod. Jumbo look with the fullback. Another pass. I mean, Everything works from an offensive standpoint except for one thing. This man right here, this edge. He blows up the entire play. Well coached, well schooled. And at this point, see with this play, you're banking on a boot. A boot that's free. This boot is not free. And Rodgers has no shot. It's amazing he got the ball off. Good job by Schwartz's defense, staying disciplined. 3rd and 1, spread look. And, I don't think it's a read option at all. I just think it's a keep. It does fool the edge. But unfortunately, the safety was also locked in. Without that safety, it's a touchdown. Crashes. Safety's there. I don't know if that's safety or corner. Who is that? Rodgers throws it away. 4th and 1. Excellent defense from Schwartz. And it's not even... These specific plays aren't even talent. This is coaching. Staying home on the edge. Being locked into Rodgers, trying to make something happen with his feet. And on 4th down, Rodgers threw it to the slant, in which it got tipped up and deflected and intercepted. So, that's basically it. For the Eagles, the Jets, what they have to do against the Eagles, it all depends on whether Darnold or Falk plays. Defensively, whether Mosley's in there or not is more of a talent thing. They desperately need both guys. They desperately need both Darnold and Mosley in there. But whether or not Darnold plays offensively is what will dictate what Gase does against Schwartz. Schwartz will... I know this. Schwartz will play aggressive. He will play aggressive as hell pre-snap. He will blitz. He will challenge the Jets' offense, especially if Falk's in there. He will challenge the Jets' offense to beat him over the top and say, I'm not going to change. I'm going to stay aggressive until you beat me. You're going to have to beat me before I change. Defensively, you got to get to wins. How are you going to do it? Are you going to blitz Greg Williams? I don't know if that's such a great move. You need your front four to step up and have a day. That's the way you're going to stop Wentz in this Eagles offense. But we'll see. Tuesday tonight, coming up on Sunday. Keep track of the news, whether Darnold and Mosley play. Quinnen is definitely back. We'll see. It's going to be, if they get their first win of the season, they're really going to have to earn it. That's for sure. Because this Eagles team is legit.